Okay, so we are back again from my happy hunting days looking for camera that is worth to do a review. So today I have this, to me it's like a star of my collection. They call the Olympus Pen FT. This one, when we mention half frame, most people will know this, the Pen D, half frame camera. You make 72 pictures from a roll of 36. So this is a point and shoot. And many of these, Pen D, Pen EE, 2, 3, and so on. So work nice camera. Then many other Japanese brands also have something similar. So here's another one, is also by Canon, also half frame, and Canon call it the Demi half. Canon Demi EE 17 half frame. So Fuji has, Yashica has, many others have. But then in 1966, the first Pen F came out. They had a very interesting Gothic character, the F, very nice, no self-timer, changeable lens, and the idea was to make a camera that is small size. If you take out the profile of this camera, it's smaller than a Leica M rangefinder. And although it's SLR, it didn't have the regular pentaprism hump. So to do that, the designer and his team, they use a side swinging mirror. This mirror swings sideways, and inside they have a series of mirror and prism that they kept the top flat. And lens changeable. You got a unique shutter, a metal rotary shutter. So focal plane shutter made of metal. It's a rotating disc. When you click, it twists and open the gate. And because of the short travel, you can sync with flash up to 1/500, which is the top speed. And shutter, and so the first model was made. Then this one is the Pen FT. In front you don't see any difference. You see a self-timer, but underneath this cold shoe there is an engraving Pen FT. And this one, they have added a TTL light meter. So you put battery and then the meter is on. So on your left side you see a needle with a number, and it will point to a number, let's say number 6. Then you turn on the lens here, there is a, on the scale there's a number. You set the corresponding number, which is the equivalent of an aperture underneath the aperture. So you set the shutter speed, you set the aperture, and you can take. But in order for the meter to work, inside the camera they need a beam splitter. Split the beam to the viewing and split the beam to the metering cell. Now that make the view slightly darker, not as bright, but there it works. The first Pen F has a double stroke. You got to wind 2 times. Then the Pen FT, they convert to single stroke. Then the last version, this one started 66 to 72. And then the last version is called the FV. FV is 67 to 70. It's the same as this camera, except they took away the light meter because we make the viewfinder dim. So they remove the light meter, they revert back to the original F viewfinder. So you got a brighter view, but no light meter. So it's okay. You either put an external light meter that clips here, or a handheld meter. So this was it. So it has changeable lens. And I don't have many lenses, but I also managed to collect a lot of stuff here and there. And many times at the time when I collected it, I didn't have anything to use it on. So I got this telephoto lens, which is on full frame is 183.5. Not bad for the tele. And you use a mount system, T-mount. So T-mount, whatever T-mount you fit, that will fit the camera. So I have a Pen F T-mount adapter. So I screw this on here. Then I mount it on the camera. So now I got a tele lens or whatever other T-mount lens I can find. It will work. So the crop factor between this and that is 1.4. So the 180 now becomes a 252. 252 telephoto. Very good. Yeah. So very unique. In fact, I can say this the only in mechanical camera, this is the only 35 SLR. Many years later, Yashica company make one also a SLR, but it's an autofocus motorized. That's called the Yashica Samurai. But mechanical one, this is the only one. So this lens is 38 1.8, so equivalent of a 50 plus multiplied by 1.4. So nice camera, go around. And the naming for this series is a pen. It started with this Olympus Pen. When they mention pen, they meant that it's small enough for you to put in the pocket like a pen. So your idea is to take the camera with a notebook and travel around and make notes. So this is a note-taking camera, Olympus Pen. And famous journalist W. Eugene Smith, the one who covered the mercury poisoning of the Japanese fishing village, Minamata. I think recently they make a movie on that. So among the camera that he used was also this, one of these. And in an American ad for the camera, what they took is they took an American size shoe and put the camera inside with all the lens to tell you that this camera is very small. The basic system, camera with the 2 lens or 3 lens, you will fit into the American shoe. Very small. But it's not simply built. It's a well-built camera. When you open up the assembly and all this, is very well built. Yeah. Good camera. Very nice. And then many years later, in the digital era, when Olympus want to come up with a mirrorless camera, one of the model they have is a pen, Olympus Pen, metal body. They shape it like this. They follow this styling. The last one they had was the Pen F, the micro four third version, same thing. And in the days of Olympus OM1, they actually make an adapter. You can take the Olympus OM lens with the adapter and you can put it on this camera. So you can use a full range of the Olympus OM lenses. So right now I only have this. It's good to go. Everything good working. Next week I'm going to the north for a holiday. So I got to put film through this and see what will come out of it. So Olympus Pen. So next one to look out for is the Pen FV. The last one and the brightest viewfinder. But not easy to find, just have to wait. Yeah, Olympus Pen. The work of my tiny.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wu.
Welcome.